President Donald Trump has stepped up rhetoric against Somali immigrants, accusing them of destroying the United States. It's the second day Trump's attacked the community. It comes as federal authorities prepare to launch an immigration crackdown targeting hundreds of undocumented Somalis in the state of Minnesota.
Look at their nation. Look how bad their nation is. It's not even a nation. It's just people walking around killing each other. Look, these Somalians have taken billions of dollars out of our country. They've taken billions and billions of dollars. Somalia is considered by many to be the worst country on earth. I don't know. I haven't been there. I won't be there anytime soon, I hope. But what Somalia, what the Somalian people have done to Minnesota is not even believable. It's not even believable.
Culhane has more from Washington, D.C.
You've heard some of what the president said over the last 2 days, and he really has used in what would have been unprecedented language from a sitting U.S. president up until Trump's time in office. He said all they do is complain, although he didn't use the word complain. He used a curse word instead, called them garbage, said they contribute nothing to the country, and he would like to see them all get out of the country. It does look like ICE is going to be targeting people who are perhaps in the naturalization process in Minneapolis-St. Paul, but by all means, it doesn't appear that the Trump president's going to back down from this anytime soon.
Well, Trump took particular aim at the Democrat congresswoman Ilhan Omar, who was born in Somalia. He says she should be thrown out of the country. Omar responded to the president's threats.
I mean, the Somali community is very resilient. We're very strong. We are not going to be intimidated or scapegoated. And I think we are seeing just an outpouring of support from our Minnesota neighbors. And so I just know that this is not going to cause any harm to our community.
I speak now to Omar Fateh in Minnesota State. Senator, he joins us from Minneapolis. Thank you so much for your time, Senator. What was your first reaction when you heard President Trump's latest comments about Somali immigrants?
Thank you so much for having me. It was hurtful, it was shameful, it was disgraceful, but also it was flat out wrong, calling not only our congresswoman garbage, but calling the entire community garbage, saying they're good for nothing. It is a community that has been resilient, that has produced so much. We are teachers and doctors and lawyers and even politicians taking part of every part of Minnesota's economy and the nation's economy. And so right now, this is nothing more than political theater in time for the midterms in which he wants to rally his base.
Right. So I understand that you're calling Somali immigrants resilient, but being called garbage by the President of the United States and saying they should be thrown out has to have real psychological impact. What are you hearing from Somali Minnesotans, ordinary people, about how this is affecting them?
Well, language matters, and we know that hateful rhetoric and language leads to action. I had one colleague and her husband get assassinated, Speaker Horman, Melissa Horman, and her husband, and my good friend Senator John Hoffman and his wife survived an attempted assassination on their life, and that was due to political violence. It was due to that exact violent rhetoric that we're seeing in our current political climate that is being led right now by our president. And right now, our community is afraid. We've had folks speak out against them being targeted. We've had our mosques be targeted. Myself, I had a campaign office vandalized earlier this year. And so we want to make sure that our neighbors understand that we're standing up for one another and showing up in this time in which we have a hostile federal government.
And I understand your community is already seeing immigration enforcement actions in Minnesota, and some worry that lawful residents could also get caught up in that. What can lawmakers like yourself do right now to help protect these communities and their civil rights?
Well, we've seen that our president and ICE has overstepped and has consistently and continuously violated our residents' constitutional rights. And what I mean by that is this going far beyond just immigration enforcement. We've seen residents, U.S. citizens, getting detained and released. And so President Trump made it very clear. He said he wants all Somalis gone. Not just a category of them, not just the ones he thinks that are bad, but all Somalis. I've heard from our young people, folks that were born in America that have never seen Somalia. In fact, some whose parents were born in America, reaching out to us saying that they're fearful, that they feel like they have to walk around with their passports because they don't want to be targeted. And in America in 2025, that should not be happening.
Wow, that's extraordinary. You yourself are the son of Somali immigrants, if I understand correctly. Minnesota has been home to Somali families for decades. What do you think viewers watching this should understand about the contributions Somali Minnesotans have made to the state?
Well, the contributions have been immense. Again, the Somali community, you'll see everyone from Uber drivers and bus drivers to engineers and accountants to doctors and lawyers. They're contributing in every aspect of our state and economy. And it is a resilient community and a powerful community. And that's why we're seeing our president target the Somali community. We have organized, we've gotten into the decision-making process, having elected officials from all levels of government, from local, county, state, and federal. And he knows that. And he knows that this is a state that's welcoming, that has elected our first Muslim congressman in Keith Ellison and the first Somali congresswoman in Ilhan Omar. And we're not going anywhere. We're going to continue to organize, and we're going to continue to be a welcoming city and a welcoming state.
Really good to speak to you. Thank you for your time. Omar Fateh, Minnesota State Senator. Thank you.
Don't miss out. Get the full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news and expert insights. Like, share, stay ahead.